Hi there. How you doing? Um, Back again, another update. I got around 8 records, 2 new ones. The rest is thrift store, Goodwill. But before I do that, something happened. A couple of weeks ago, my wife got contacted by a good friend of hers who is the editor of a um, newspaper or additional paper within a newspaper, and they asked if they could do a little article. 3 years ago, they did an article about me and my wife meeting, and they wanted to, you know, continue the story. Let's just say that. It was published. There it is. That's me, my wife, and our son. So, for those who have not seen my son, who are not on Facebook, friends with me, that's my son. So I'm in the newspaper again, probably for the last time, because to be quite honest, it's a lot of hassle. It's a lot of, you don't want that. It's a lot of interviews and pictures and all that shit. Anyway, like I said, I got some records, 2 new ones, which I got in the mail. They are actually still a Christmas gift. I got a gift card for a website, and only now did I find records that I wanted. So I'm going to show those first. They're both by the same band. Just continuing my stroll through jazz, funk, and soul music this year. It's working out pretty well. First one is the debut album, self-titled debut album by Funkadelic. It's a reissue. I believe, from what I gather, the catalog number, it's a reissue from the 90s. It's got the Westbound labels and all. Very psychedelic funk. Just look at that cover. I mean, shows it all. Great album. I've heard it before and I loved it, and now I have it in my collection, so that's amazing. Also picked up their second album, Free Your Mind and Your Ass Will Follow. It's gatefold. And this one is even wilder. The title track is how long is that? It's 10 minutes of just crazy psychedelic funk goodness. And there's a couple of more tracks on here that just basically are freakouts. So if you love psychedelic music, but you also love funk music, check this out. I mean, Funkadelic, they're the bomb. The rest of the records are Goodwill finds. Even if the weather was snow, a lot of snow fell, I still managed to go to Goodwill, thrift stores. Me and my wife went to one yesterday, or at least I went to one yesterday. My wife went to the store next door, which is a baby store. I found one record there. It's this one. This is Ford's Imaginary Inferno. This is on Excalibur Music, which is a really small Dutch independent label. This is Dutch indie rock, sort of more psychedelic folky indie rock from the, well, this band started out in the mid-90s, and I think this is around the area 2000, 2005, that period. The cool thing is, it's on blue vinyl. Still need to listen to it, but I sampled it and it's pretty lo-fi, pretty, psychedelic folky indie thing. Sounds okay, sounds pretty good, actually. So yeah, pick that up. Then I picked up this because I know if I don't like it, I can still get some money for it because it's pretty collectible, this genre. This is the best of Italo Disco, volume 10, even if the spine, I hope you can see it. It says, here it says, volume 9, but it's volume 10. Double LP, it's got hardly any big names on here, except this lady there, that's Sabrina. She did Boys, 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 that's not on here. The song Sexy Girl's on here. The original version, I mean, you probably can see it. It's got these, something was ripped off. There was a hologram sticker, a hologram picture of the Leaning Tower of Pisa. But yeah, Italo Disco. I'm going to show the labels as well. It's on Zix. German copy. The Italo Disco is actually lies in between the disco music of the late 70s and the house music of the early 90s. It's right in there. And I'm talking about Euro house, obviously. So it's a lot more electronic, a lot more electro-wide, but it becomes pretty boring and pretty stale. If you ask me, it's almost always the same sounds and the same melodies and the same type of production. I do like it, I have to say, but it's probably not going to be a keeper, but we'll see. So that's the best of Italo Disco Volume 10. On to more jazz music. This is a jazz funk compilation record by Herbie Mann, Herbie Mania. This is, the last record was Italian music. This is an Italian release on the Charterline label. There we are. It's got an airplane on it. Pretty cool. I think this originally came out on Atlantic Records in 1976. And it's a compilation featuring music from the period 1974, 5, and 6. It's got a couple of really funky tracks. It's got Pick Up the Pieces, which is an Average White Band cover. Bird of Beauty, which is Stevie Wonder original, and Dude Stick, which is another really funky track. But overall, it's got a lot of cheese on here. Herbie Mann has cheese and he has funk. This is somewhere in between, but this was a nice find. This was something that, because of the vinyl community, I know this guy's name and I didn't really know his reputation, so I didn't know what type of music he was making. All I knew is it's a jazz musician. So I picked it up. This is Cecil Taylor's Air Above Mountains, Buildings Within. It's on the Enya label, a German copy, 1976, I guess, as well. It's at least recorded live in 1976 at a open air festival in Austria. Yeah, it's jazz. Cecil Taylor is a pianist, and it's free jazz. And to be quite honest, I don't really like free jazz. It's too weird for me at times. I need to sit down and enjoy and listen to music, and I have to think about this. But it's a cool find nonetheless, you know. You hardly ever find like real jazz records. You find a lot of Dixieland jazz, but not like real jazz records. So I picked it up anyway. Another funk record. This is the Brothers Johnson, Right on Time, 1977. Features Strawberry Letter 23, which is their biggest hit. It's a cover from a song by Shuggie Otis. It's on A&M Records, produced by Quincy Jones. This is their second album. I also have their third record, but I still need their first one. I'll find it eventually. They're not that rare. But seeing these on Discogs, the prices are getting a little higher. I don't know why. But yeah, this is some good funk music with a little disco edge to it, but cool stuff. But I'm now going to talk a little bit about thrift stores, Goodwills, and why, even if you hardly ever find anything at them, go to them. Because if someone tells me, yeah, I always go to thrift stores, I always go to Goodwills, and I never ever find anything worth picking up, this is a record I would show. I paid $5 for it, which for a Goodwill record is a lot of money. But looking on Discogs, this pressing is worth around 80 euros. And it's not a record I'm selling. No, it's a record I'm keeping. I enjoy this a lot. But yeah, you just go to thrift stores, go to Goodwills. Just don't go there thinking like, I'm not going to find anything. Just go there with an open mind, because if you go there thinking you won't find anything, you lose interest after 6 records. You go like, oh, same old bullshit, I'm not going to look anymore. Don't. Just go in there with an open mind. Just look at the records. You'll find something. Even if it's a Italo disco record, or I don't know, Herbie Mann compilation that is probably cheap and doesn't sound that good, but who cares? Go in there with an open mind. Don't go in there thinking, I'm not going to find anything. Also, don't go in there thinking, I'm going to strike it. I'm going to strike gold. I'm going to find me some cool records, because you won't. It takes a lot of time, a lot of dedication, and eventually something like this will pop up. This is Scott 4 by Scott Walker, original Dutch pressing on Philips, 1969. It's in really good shape. And this is a really rare record. My third Scott Walker record. I have Scott Walker 1 and 2, and now I have Scott Walker 4, which is... I'm still flabbergasted seeing records like this at Goodwill. This is the reason why I still go to Goodwill, because I know someday, somehow, I will find a record that is mind-blowing, that makes me even go like, what? This is one of those records. And in the years that I've gone through Goodwill, I've found several records that made me scratch my head. So once again, go to Goodwill, go to thrift stores with an open mind. Don't expect to find anything, but if you do, and it's something like this, you're very happy that you went. So yeah, this is an amazing copy, amazing record. That's it. That's my update. Thank you for watching. Leave some comments. I don't know when I'll be back. Probably for a CD update, who knows. But at the moment, this is it. Take care. Bye-bye.